All right, everybody, I'm back again. We're about to hit up another mission. Now, there were a lot of things having us to come back to New Atlantis on here. So, we're going to do some of the craziest stuff, head back for another Vanguard mission this time, rather than the main story, just to, spice it up a bit. It'd be boring if I just did only the main story ones, just because, yeah, they're nice and all, but just gotta spice up that life. I mean, I live plenty of side quests in my life, that's for sure. Hell, a lot of people know me more from parts of my life that would be the side quests than the regular main.
Captain, over here.
All right, let's see what Hadrian wants.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
What in the hell? You're French?
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
You couldn't have five warned me? You only had a four. Okay, well, whatever.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last... No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
No question.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Hey. Whoa.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Hey. Thank you. Alright, well, I'm going up. Like an instant elevator. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, how'd you get up here before me? This is pretty sick. You know? Our country had like symbols that were like, that's us. Rather than just us, US. He's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like a sword or something. I don't know. Like a crest. Anyway.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information. Well, I'll be sure your commanding officer hears that you've done them satisfactorily. Now then, we have two petitioners here making a Surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor. That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Let's say to wait.
Agreed. We collect as much data as we can, then, when cooler heads prevail, we make an informed decision.
Yes, given what we've heard, I find myself in agreement, Captain.
No, the Captain is precisely right. We could hardly be expected to make a galaxy-affecting decision on such scant evidence.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we've... What is that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Okie doke. Whoa. Can you let me on the elevator? Running away from the panel? Wait. Come on.
You! That's the EM rifle! Grab it!
Okay. The EM rifle. Dang. Actually looks sick compared to the other one. Not gonna lie.
That's it! Now hit him with everything you've got! Stop! We're trying to help you! Please! Please! Got him! Looks like we're in Lights out on that one!
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Sounds like we did a hustle.
Let's do it.
Nah, it's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Okie doke. Anyway. That's all nice and fun, whatever. Oh, we got pistol. I need to kill 2 more enemies with pistols. Okay. Well, let's get this bread, right?
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Hey.
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to get down that door!
Run! Run now! Go!
Oh.
You're not gonna leave me, are you?
This is screwy dooey, dude.
You them are experts.
That count as a pistol kill. Is that Oh,
Well,
man.
I suppose
The
they're not
remaining
going to need
creatures
it
are down on
anymore.
that. Barely holding up.
Barely hold it up. I'm barely needing some white wine, okay? No, let's heal though. Okay.
Perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
There's my ship. Yeah, let's flank them. Let's flank them. We have one by one, you know?
I'll fall in behind you.
Watch out!
That's the best you've got!
Run! Run now! Go!
I have a feeling my companions doing considerably more damage than me.
Help! Help! Oh,
Maybe
God,
get some good
help
hits
me!
in. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Shoot it in the face. Hey. Okay. That means one thing. Level up. Not much closer to doing slightly better with. Hey, that's better. We're gonna do one of these. Terramorph these nuts.
You picked the wrong day to piss me off! Oh, nice. Eggs, 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 and Hey, rude. Have one on the house. Is that a dud? Like legit. need some...
Adrian's getting eaten.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated
Thanks,
areas of the
Starfield.
city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
You bigot, Sarah. Pushing your over my circle. Sorry about your buddy.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
Maybe.
Like hell it is. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Go back to President. Yeah. Off.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Clear signal before exiting.
I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Didn't know we were having an art appreciation moment, Sarah. Hey, there we go.
Whole building's on lockdown.
Really?
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes,
Heroes
ma'am.
were minted down at that spaceport.
There you are.
And that includes
I
you.
believe we have some things we should discuss.
Those
Captain?
creatures killed UC citizens.
Hadrian,
They're not
it would
killing
appear that the
anymore.
Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, after today's events, the Cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
Easier than getting U.S. citizenship even. Hey.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
When you see security loses an officer, I make it my
I'm
responsibility
gonna go
to
check
call
in
their
with Chief
family.
Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Okay. Everybody's talking to me at once. What talk to me, sir? No? Well, now let's just shoot on to the next one real quick.
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. She'll point you towards what needs to be done next.
Chief Yassine, these orders can't be... Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct?
All the ground data.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done. I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here.
Aww.
Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Why are you being...
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting. Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Alright, thanks for that.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Uh-oh. It's never a good sign. What do you want? What'd I do?
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Bactera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel?
Depressed.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
Depressed. Depressed.
Raw energy? I've never heard that one before. I shouldn't be surprised. The artifacts aren't exactly what you'd call normal.
Oh, it was powerful depression. That's why I chose.
If there is, the artifacts are doing a heck of a job hiding it. The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. Is there? After spending years gathering data about the artifacts, you'd think I'd have all the answers. Does that really surprise you? A universal mystery left unsolved for God knows how long? Oh, I've been dreaming about solving this puzzle from the beginning. I knew I picked the right person for the job.
Hey.
Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
You trying to flirt with Biscuits? Anyway, let's move on from there. What the heck?
Hey.
Hey. Okie dokes, let's go. No. Okay. I guess I have to kill the priest on one person. Look at this city though. Like half of the people playing this probably run through here, but it took them quite a while to put this together. There's even a memorial for the war, everything. So, on behalf of, people who put themselves out there, the government does something. And a bunch of people, that's really nice. Really nice. Real estate office? What's this way? Restart. Okay, cool.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial.
Already?
You know, to pay our respects.
Haven't
Hard
did.
to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
You're entering Freestar sovereign territory, so show some respect in there.
Okay. Anyway. Wait, Sarah was part of the war too. That means she's like 40 something. 38, 40.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
There goes Sarah being a bigot again.
Jeez, as in more than one? All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Goddamn right.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
The only threats you're facing are the 8-legged variety just outside your door. Now can we please stop playing games here? Lives hang in the balance.
A lecture in morality from the UC. How quaint and short-sighted. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Cool. Let's see if we can pass the persuasion check.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. It's a job I take very serious. You're not gonna flatter me into acting against the free... Oh, yes. This banned research is precisely what... Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty good, if you were reading it, those are pretty good things to say in that kind of situation. Even though...
That woman is an absolute...
Weapon?
Oh,
I know.
sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier. Heard that, huh? Yeah, the ambassador likes to treat us like family, and she doesn't care for most of them either. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
Where are your skills, Mr. Law?
You were sent for me? Huh, maybe... Let's go somewhere to talk.
I did lie, which, I mean...
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me? And what exactly would I be doing for the UC? Her quarters. Huh. Oh, that's doable. And you and the UC will be provided. Really? Okay, okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's... Here, the key. I'll...
Dude, I just got a double agent, okay? I just got a double agent. Alright, well... I forgot I could do that. What's the Freestar music sound like? Oh, I'm in Texas.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! Cameron!
Are you alright, Ambassador?
It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if... what if one opens up? The life is hard. In what it used to be.
What are you doing in here?
It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No, no. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. I'd be... Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives. Good, good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions. Good, good. Okay, let's go get you your access.
Freestar base.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Let's get a little bit swept around in that bit. Just a little funky. Gotta say. Funky. Alright.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot.
Look at those trees. There's this one area of trees in I think it's South Carolina.
When someone insults you, you want to just...
Pretty. I love stuff like that, you know? Nature's beautiful.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Sarah's starting to surprise me. Is she not, like, am I turning her around to something then? I'm getting a little impressed. I don't know. Anyway. Let's get this bread. Nobody at the door.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Help me. Help.
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way.
They're gone!
Drugland. Biscuits and drugland. I think the dude that was here went a little cray-cray. Setting up mannequins in the bathroom. Oh, snap.
Notch another one for me!
You have anything valuable?
Oi!
Give it your best shot.
Far away. Part of the system. Starlock, Solar Frontiers. Oh, I'll take them. Might make some money. I'll make some money out of this. Alright, hoppy hop. Let's hop. Hop do it? No? Poop. Okay. Go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way, go this way. Voices. Oh yeah. The voices, Biscuits. What do they mean? Not my turret or their? It's not time yet. Guide within surfing. Oi! None of that. Drangus. Whoa! Do la la. Oi! Get your mug scratched up, ya bruv.
Ah, got one!
Stay solar. Ooh. Oh. Biscuits not that smart. Not that smart. Oops. Anyway. Lego. Okay, Lego this way. Pew, 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 pew. Basement Guardians. It sounds like this dude on the weed. Look at this. Look at this. This guy is on the mecha weed. Look at that. The dead robot. Quiet robot. Oh, I could just laser. Take that, Boston Dynamics robot.
If you're searching, then make it quick.
I'm searching. I'm searching Lannister. Or whatever though. Ooh, that requires a key. Hey. Mr. Spock. Look at him.
What seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Imagine how, like, you would feel like something that you'd always feel slightly off balance.
Not
Maybe-
the
maybe
ideal
not.
introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
dude is. I served the UC and the Great Serpent. Yes, based.
I was not expecting a fellow believer on my doorstep. Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
Oh. Serpent passwords could just to protect our people.
Create the legacy that our people deserve. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looting.
Let it be used for good.
Sweet. Okay. Biscuits is already becoming super overpowered. And a danger to all the Biscuits encounters. So, well, you wanna go about that, huh? Interesting. That a little less than ideal, but hey. What do you guys think? It's like a twist, turn, and night shadow on the ding dong kind of thing going on here. It's a little bit crazy. Also, Biscuits got pretty bad shot up. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, did you see that fadeaway on the blood? I don't know if y'all ever played this. There's this game series Getaway. Back in PlayStation days. Black Monday was probably my favorite of that. Like, I know the graphics aren't like this, but hey, if you ever get a chance, that's a little gem that a lot of people miss out on, I think. If they brought that series and did something with it,
Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled system.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
They are just giving me all the side quests right now, and Biscuits is just there, like, nomming it up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yes? What?
What? Deputy?
Captain, I just received a couple messages from an operative in the embassy office. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe and Balmore? Was he alive? Did they both actually agree? That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain.
Hey.
And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
All right, we just gotta go to that archive. All right. This, I know a lot of them, a lot more action. So,
Captain, can I help you?
people have tried. Anyway.
On the record? What response?
What kind of life
I'm told by top officials the
are
captain
you
already
guys
has a
dealing
plan in
with?
place.
What's going on with the cops, you know? Hit me up in the comments. You know, can't all be about me out here. I want to have some discussion. Let me know how you're doing too, because you know, sharing things, thoughts, ideas, culture. That's all about being part of a greater community, a greater society, and you can't do that without other people around. And yeah, this is a small itty bitty
Defeat
base
at the
tonight,
Battle of
but hey,
Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet.
bound to grow
Both sides
eventually.
decided the time
Oof, this looks sick. See, each one of those factions has their own symbols, you know, rather than just flags all the time, which they got those too. Let's see, safeguard the past, secure the future. I'm going in to secure the future, but I know it probably automatically. Securing that future, baby.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules.
Yeah, you betcha. Go over
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
It just works. One. A two. A three.
All codes verified. Unlock engaged. You may proceed, Captain.
Yeah. Labor skaters. No, I'm actually just gotta love respect. You know. The deputy. This building's so pretty. The dude in the middle, has the same haircut as Gary Oldman and fit the no joke full glasses. Last year I had that haircut too though. Just minus the plastic siding. Not everybody can pull that off though. I mean, I've seen a lot of women having that haircut lately. But it actually started as a man haircut. So, I don't know. You never know what you're gonna come across, I guess, nowadays. When it comes to just simple...
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city. He said, top line.
Simplest things, like just the way somebody cuts their hair. It changes culturally over time, I guess. Nowadays, people would probably see it as androgynous, but it starts as masculine.
Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
I made a promise.
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right.
Plus, you don't need her word. We'll be setting up oversight alongside the collective.
Okay. Random number from the other side of the state.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Hey.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Sick.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War, the pirates used them as forward operating bases.
Dude seems to know everything about the Crimson Fleet while he's just on that one. Like, really? Like, really? Come on. Really? Really? Okay, this is pretty sick. Pretty sick view.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
I will.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Oof, that's rough, but yeah, sure.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Sick. Alright, well, I just became a citizen of the United Colonies. What do you gotta say about that, guys? Anyway, I got some things to do today, so I will be uploading these later on. But hey, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all all in the next one. Peace outside, and hope you're living a good life. Thank y'all.